ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
Ground ball to shortstop. Kim will go to first. The San Diego Padres get their first no-hitter in the history of the franchise. And it belongs to San Diego's own Joe Musgrove.
Padres fans celebrating history tonight. San Diego native Joe Musgrove throws the first no-hitter in Padres history. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this very historic Friday night. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. We have team coverage tonight from the moment history was made to how Padres fans are reacting. We begin with sports anchor Steve Smith. Steve, this was definitely an emotional night for San Diego sports fans.
Well, yeah, what a great night. 8,205. That's how many games the Padres had gone without a no-hitter. That dates back to 1969. Well, that all changed tonight. Wouldn't you know, the hometown boy, Joe Musgrove, was the one to do it. The former Grossmont High School foothiller grew up a Padres fan, a family with season ticket holders. Little did he think when the Padres acquired him in the offseason, he'd throw the franchise's first no-hitter in the sixth inning. Gets Eli White swinging, and then it's Isaiah Kanier-Falefa swinging as well. The Musgrove magic was working. Musgrove kept it going in the seventh inning as well. Nate Lowe will come up empty on a strikeout. Now, every no-hitter has to have some luck involved right here. Jose Trevino, the liner to right. Will Myers, perfect place, played him perfectly. All right, let's go to the ninth. 2 outs.
Ground ball to shortstop. Kim will go to first. The San Diego Padres get their first no-hitter in the history of the franchise. And it belongs to San Diego's own Joe Musgrove, sending the Friar faithful into a frenzy.
A frenzy, all right. Musgrove had never thrown a no-hitter at any level. Now he does it for the hometown team, and just his second start in a Padres uniform. Oh, by the way, the Padres go on to win the game tonight 3-0. Musgrove only allowed one base runner, which was a hit by a pitch, while striking out 10 Rangers batters. Finally, after 53 years, the Padres are off that list of teams who had never thrown a no-hitter. Steve Smith, ABC 10 News.
It is a historic night. Our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Purra continues our team coverage tonight. He is live in downtown, where Padres fans were on the edge of their seats as they watched the final outs in the ninth. Anthony.
Steve, Padres fans tell me that they've waited a long time for this history-making no-hitter. And now that it's happened, they say it couldn't have been more fitting that it happened at the hands of a local. The history-making moment for the Padres, the team rushing the pitcher's mound, swarming Joe Musgrove as he became the first Padres pitcher to throw a no-hitter.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment for me. The whole time I was just nervous, waiting for the whole time, telling people to just be quiet, enjoy the game, don't jinx it, please. That's all I was asking for.
Anthony Osuna was one of the many Padres fans out watching the game downtown Friday night. Many of them said by the late innings, the anticipation began building and building.
Because we knew what was coming up, so we were like trying to just make everybody like, don't say it, let's just watch it until it ends.
My bar's still finally, because I've been sitting, I didn't want to stand up, I didn't want to jinx it. But then I ended up buying a round to the bar.
Fans say the icing on the cake, that the franchise first comes from a local.
My nephew actually went to high school with him, so that was it was just an exciting moment.
But for a hometown kid to just like bring this home for us, just means everything.
Yeah, and just a lot of excitement tonight. And I know Steve said this off the top, but it's very important just to put this into context. This is the 8,206th regular season game for the Padres. That's how long fans have had to wait for this moment. We're reporting live in downtown. Anthony Purra, ABC 10 News.
Good night for a lot of people. Thanks, Anthony. Well, more than 200 additional children seeking asylum in the United States are now in San Diego. They were transported to the convention center today to help alleviate overcrowded Customs and Border Protection facilities in the Southwest. ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano shows us how the facility is handling the new group of children.
HHS officials told me 37 unaccompanied minors arrived here at the San Diego International Airport this morning, and this evening an additional 185. Another plane believed to be carrying children seeking asylum touched down at San Diego International Airport Friday evening. It's the second of 2 flights scheduled Friday, bringing a total of 222 children ages 5 to 12 to the San Diego Convention Center's emergency intake site.
Federal Health and Human Services asked for our cooperation. They've got some really young children, very young children, and they think our convention center setup is the best location for them. So they said, hey, can we move some of the older to a facility for older kids and bring some of the younger ones here? And we're happy to accommodate their request.
County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher just toured the facility. He says 300 teenage girls who tested negative for COVID-19 were transferred out of the convention center Thursday night, giving room for this next group of kids to arrive. Department of Health and Human Services officials say the girls are flown to Fort Bliss in Texas. There, Office of Refugee Resettlement officials will continue their casework.
More than 90% have family members here in the United States. You just have to, you got to verify, you got to make sure you get that right, so it takes a little bit to do, but that's the goal, to reunite them with their families.
HHS says there are now around 1,400 children housed at the convention center, just shy of the 1,450 maximum capacity. According to HHS, CDC officials are conducting daily health screenings and testing the children for COVID-19 every 3 days. Critics of these shelters say the cost of caring for these migrant children is too much. AP reporting it averages to about $23,000 per month per child, but supporters say it's worth it.
The fact that you would spend a couple $1 million to provide care for people who have a legal right to be here seems like an appropriate expense.
The convention center will operate as an emergency intake facility until July 15. At the San Diego International Airport, I'm Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
The White House is losing its current border coordinator at the end of the month. Roberta Jacobson has been serving as special assistant to President Joe Biden. She's working with 3 Central American countries to look for solutions to reduce the surge of migrants at the U.S. border. Jacobson agreed that she would serve the White House for 100 days. She will step down on April 30th when her agreed term comes to an end.
This will be San Diego County's first weekend in the less restrictive orange tier. That means bars can operate indoors at 25% capacity or 100 people, whichever is fewer. It also means that there is no more curfew. We spoke to the owner of the Silver Dollar in Chula Vista. He said although he's excited by the looser rules, finding employees has been a challenge.
It's just so difficult. It's just to try to get everybody back. We try to get a hold of our old employees, and it's just some have moved, some have left, some doing other things.
Silver Dollar is cutting its hours back until it's fully staffed. They say they are considering raising wages to find experienced bartenders and security guards.
The county reported another 202 cases today, while our test positivity rate remained at 2%. But another 8 San Diegans have lost their lives to this virus, bringing our total now to an even 3,600.
In-person learning will resume next week in 2 of San Diego County's biggest school districts. San Diego Unified expects about half of its students to return to the classroom Monday. But those numbers could change as more parents feel comfortable sending their children to school. Meantime, the Chula Vista Elementary School District also resumes in-person learning Monday. It expects about 60% of students to return right away. A San Francisco public defender released a new video of an attack on an Asian woman in March. He claims the video proves his client's attack was not racially motivated. We want to warn you this video may be disturbing for some viewers. The 7-minute video follows the suspect in this case, 39-year-old transient Stephen Jenkins. He is seen grabbing a bag from a homeless encampment in the UN Plaza. He's then confronted by several people who end up attacking him, hitting him multiple times. Jenkins begins to walk away, but is followed by one of the assailants who continues to hit him. He begins to stumble and throws an air punch before punching an Asian woman standing nearby.
He's at that point disoriented, possibly concussed. He's sustained about 40 blows to his head.
Jenkins is charged with attacking another Asian man that same morning. That incident was not caught on camera.
Today was arguably the most important part of the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Today's testimony centered on the autopsy of George Floyd. The chief medical examiner, Dr. Andrew Baker, took the stand. His autopsy report on Floyd listed the manner of death as homicide, but specifically cardiopulmonary arrest, restraint, and neck compression. He classified Floyd's death as a homicide and said he would still do so today.
With respect to Mr. Floyd, you didn't see any damage to the heart muscle. That's correct.
Did you note anything resembling either a pill or pill fragments in the stomach?
I did not.
During cross-examination, the defense pressed Baker to say that heart disease, a history of hypertension, and the drugs in Floyd's system could have played a role in his death.